Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Not in the Moorlands today, not in the Kingdom of the Moorlands at all, we are further afield. So I have talked in the past about I'm very fortunate enough that I get to travel quite a bit with work. It dropped away whilst COVID and all of that kind of craziness happened, but I'm lucky enough that I'm travelling again, seeing some clients, going to awards evening tonight, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to catch up on a piece of content that was probably one of the first pieces of content that I made 3, maybe 4 years ago, and that was looking at my travel EDC. Now this is my work travel EDC. As I say, so, I've been here, I've had a few client meetings today, I've come back to my room so that I can get ready for this awards evening tonight. So it's not really travel as in away with the wife and kids, it's travel as in, on a for work. So what I will do, as I usually do, is I'll turn the camera around whilst I'm doing that. If at all, at any point you find this interesting, or like it, enjoy it, whatever, then please feel free to hit the like and subscribe. And if you really found it interesting, you'd like to buy me a pint, check out that new thank you button below. But for now, let's turn the camera around and look at my work travel EDC. Okay, now I always travel with a couple of different bags. I've not had to check anything into the hold today, so everything I've been able to carry in a small carry-on suitcase and this able carry max backpack. Now, I've been very fortunate enough to be able to try lots of different types of traveling backpacks, but I always tend to come back to the able carry max. Build quality, materials, they've put an awful lot of thought into this, and I've travelled quite a lot with this. If you're concerned about being able to get this, the size and dimensions, I'm probably going to go through some of these quite quickly. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that I've got some details below here. But this is perfect for travel. It always makes sure that it fits inside one of those little kind of envelope things to make sure that they actually fit on. So in the front here, I keep a few things. So I have my bumps and scrapes kit, but I always make sure that my medication, my antidepressants are in here just in case. But then also in here, it is still kind of a situation where certain places want you to still wear a mask whilst travelling. I also have a little Aldi tote bag, mainly because they're just super useful. But there are some other useful things in here. So the first one is an air deck of playing cards. Now, no matter what, you're always going to be in a situation where you need to preserve your battery life. So traveling with a deck of cards and a slimmer deck of cards like this is actually really useful, and yeah, really fun to have. But then also in here, so this is a new thing that I've got. This is called a gravity capsule. So this will work as an alarm clock. It has a really nice bright display on the front there. Also has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside this. So if you ever need to charge your phone, then you can plug it into this and you can get a full charge from it as well. The gravity side of these gravity pods comes in when you turn it over. So this will work in a few different ways. At the moment it's set as a timer, but I can click this button. Oh, sorry, it was set as a timer. Now it's down as a countdown timer. So there's quite a few different functions with this, and also with the side button here on the side, you can also turn up the brightness of the display as well. Or you can plug this in somewhere and it will keep it fully charged as well. So this is really useful. Fortunately, it doesn't have an alarm function, which is a shame, but I use the alarm function on my watch and that works instead. So that's it there in the front. There is a key stay in there, but I generally don't tend to use that as much. Now the main section here, normally, because I have I've been able to bring on some luggage, I use this just for seeing clients, so I don't carry anything in here that isn't kind of client based, I suppose. Now First thing that I use is in my line of work, so I work in the pharmaceutical industry working with large pharma clients, and I go to large medical symposia where I help them to illustrate some of the findings, and I use one of these Anchor vertical mice. I find it's just a lot easier on my hand, but with that, and I know it seems daft, I carry a full keyboard with me. The main reason that I do this is because we have some very tight deadlines to get certain things to the speakers on time. So my muscle memory is trained to this keyboard, so I might as well just take this keyboard with me. But this is quite a cheap Microsoft one that I picked up a few years back. This one keyboard, keyboard has probably got more air miles than a lot of the things that are in here. Here is my small tech pouch. You will probably have seen this in a lot of my content, but this is the small tech pouch that just migrates across a lot of my bags. I keep really useful things in there just in case I need those. But I also make sure that I take a large or a larger tech pouch with me. Now this is one of the tech pouches from Tasmanian Tiger. The main reason that I take this is due to the length of it. So in here I carry a lot more cables that are specific to what I need. The most important thing, and if this is a bit of a travel hack and you think, wow, that's a good idea, then yeah, you should definitely do this. So whichever country that you're on, if you take one of these plug adapters with you, if you're in a situation where you can only find one socket on a wall to get lots of things charged, then it's really useful because, and again, you only need one, whichever adapter that you're in, whichever country that you're in, and then you can take this with you as well. I've been sat in airports where I've seen people, waiting to use a plug socket, and I've gone over and said, "Look, would you like to borrow one of these?" Because I noticed that they were all British. Super useful, and I think in a world where people don't look out for other people, if you can help other people, then that's always great. But these Tasmanian tack pouches are absolutely amazing. It is all fully kind of PALS webbing MOLLE compatible, but in this instance, the main reason that I take this one is just the fact that I can fit a lot more into this if needs be. Then here in the top, I have a couple more battery packs. So this is an Anchor battery pack. I can't remember how much is it. How much is there in this one? I don't think it says. I think this is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, or is it? Does it say on there? No, it's a 10. It's a 10. It will recharge my phone twice. But I also take this power traveler with me as well, which is also really useful. It's also 10,000 milliamp hours, so it will charge my phone twice, or it will also help a colleague if they need to charge theirs. But also what it has has solar power panels in it, built into it. So if I'm in a country where I know that there is always going to be a lot of sun and I'm not going to be able to get to a charger, then I can easily top it up with this. You might think I'm a little neurotic that I will run out of battery, but I think really it's useful to have as many backups or as many options as possible. Then in the top zip pocket here, I have my pen with me, mainly I put that in there. This is the Bastion bolt action pen. I take this thing everywhere with me. It weighs a ton, but it's just the best pen in the world. I don't usually keep that in there, but I put that in there randomly because I was talking to a client about this bag. Anyway, secondly, okay, so I am a little neurotic. One of my biggest fears in life is not drowning in the sea, is not spiders, is not snakes, is not knowing what time it is. So I always take a second watch with me. This is the Casio GAB 2100. I'm currently wearing my Withings scan watch, but I always take a second watch just in case. Then in the back section, actually, so there is a top bit. Did I put anything in here? I don't usually carry anything in here. No, I didn't. And then in the top section here, which is where my laptop is, did I put anything in here? Yes, so there are some additional cables in here. So Traveling around Europe, it's actually really useful to take a European adapter with you, or a European charger. You can pick these up in the airport, not particularly expensive. And then I've got some other adapters here, mainly they're in there because yeah, I just happen to be using those today with a client. As far as a notepad, I think this is it new? They're called NU or new or something like that. This is one of their notepads. It is squared pages. I find because sorry, I shouldn't have shown that. I find sometimes because I need to do illustrations whilst I'm talking to clients, square pages when I'm talking about medical figures and plotting diagrams and charts and stuff. It's useful to have one of these. Not particularly expensive. I know you can spend a lot of money on a moleskin one, or whatever it is that you choose to, but for me, these are nice and cheap, and they're just easy to replace if I need another one. And then in the back here, this is my 16-inch laptop, which is my Lenovo ThinkPad, which, yes, goes everywhere with me, especially when I'm talking to clients. So that's the main bag that I travel with. There is another one, but we'll have a look at that afterwards. As far as suitcases are concerned, this is new to me, but they're certainly not a new company. So these are from Level 8. And they were good enough to send me this, and I've travelled with this now a few times, and have to say, you can. I suppose the proof of the pudding is in the tasting when it comes to travelling, and all four wheels are still on. There were a couple of bumps on the back. There's a couple of scrapes on the back, but they really are just surface. In fact, well, there you go. They're off already. I've just wiped those off. But they've got quite a large range of different larger suitcases. This is a carry-on suitcase specifically, so it will go in an overhead compartment. It's made from this really nice tough resin material, plastic kind of material. 4 wheels, which is new to me. I've never done 4 wheels before. I always had the ones on the back, but it's nice, you can stand it up and spin it around and kind of sit on it if you want to. But the big thing that really kind of sold me on this was, one, you have your luggage section, but if you're traveling and rather than lugging around a heavy laptop, so when I was traveling, I kept my laptop in here. So there are on the top you have 2 zips, or at least a main zip and then the zip for this front section, which have their own independent lock on there. So what you can do is you can unzip this, and these gussets on the side do come open. So if you wanted to put your laptop in here so that you can travel with your laptop here instead, it's actually really good, and I think more people should be doing this, mainly because it's just an extra weight off your back whilst you're traveling. Traveling can be quite tiresome, especially when you're doing long distance. So having something else that's off your shoulders and into here is actually really good. But there's a couple of sections. So you have a section here for putting your laptop into, and then you've got some other bits, and then built into the lid, if I move this forward ever so slightly, there are a couple more pockets in here that you can put your cables into as well. You're probably thinking, why haven't I got any cables? And that's because I took those out, mainly because it's just a faff. But you can put those back on, and the zips lock into here so that these can't be, or at least if you can only really get a finger into there if you were so inclined. Nice grab handle on the side, one on the top, which is independent from the actual pulling handle. I guess you call it a pulling handle. And then on the inside, now as I mentioned, so I am going to an awards evening ball kind of thing tonight. So I'm probably going to wear, well, I'm definitely going to wear my kilt. I certainly haven't brought anything else with me. Clan Ross, if there are any Scots watching this and you are of Clan Ross or Andrews, then hey, let's hear in the comments below. Or hey, if you're of Scottish descent and you have your own kilt as well, that is of your own family clan, then let's hear that below as well. That would be awesome to hear. So yeah, you kind of typical stuff. A lot of this sort of stuff is just so that I can get back. Hey, second thing, and this isn't, it's never been worn, but just for a laugh, always carry a mankini with you. That way, if anybody ever has to go through your bag, then they get a good laugh just for the fun of it. Like I say, never worn it, but maybe after tonight, after a few drinks. So that's the main section. And then up here on the top, you can separate this out. So this lid also functions so that you can keep some toiletries and different things like that. I've took my toiletries out mainly because, I mean, I have actually been in this room before now. And then on the top here, there is another separate section. So other things from my kilt, my flashes, sporran, and so on and so forth. I can keep them separate, all in the top. Now level 8 have given me a discount, so hopefully you'll be able to see that on your screen now, and you'll be able to get some discount from them. They've been very good with that, so I'd like to say thank you again to the team at level 8, and yes, get yourself some discount. Now, I did mention that I always travel with 2 bags, and the reason for that is that I like to have a bag that I keep everything in that's important to me. For any reason that I need to just ditch everything, then I will make sure that I have a bag that is always with me just for that reason. So these smaller crossbody bags are unbelievably invaluable valuable anyway to you whilst traveling, and they're always with me. So what I will do with a small bag like this is I'll keep my passport, I'll keep my driving license, and I'll keep my mobile phone and things like that with me at all times. So I've got a bag that is a grab bag, a go bag, so that if I need to, I can leave the hotel, I can leave the premises, I can leave the exhibition centre, whatever I've got, I can just grab this and I can get out. So the one that I have here today is the small shoulder bag, or the micro shoulder bag, whatever it's called, from Hallican Tex. Super useful, you know, it's reasonably flat, and the main reason for that is as well, I mentioned this before in the past, but you know, whilst travelling abroad, it's important that you're just aware that people are around you. Certain European cities there is a lot of pickpocketing, so you have to be careful, and bags like this are great in the fact that I can put my jacket over this bag. And apart from the fact that you can see the strap there, if this is closed, you wouldn't know that I have a bag there, or the fact that it's now around the back, close to that kidney area. If somebody's going to try and get into my pockets, the usual pockets they're muscle memory, they're very good at getting into the usual pockets, but something that's at the back here is very difficult to get into. So being able to travel with something like that, yeah, is really important, and it's certainly something that I've always done. Now, I did pick this up before I left, mainly because my daughter had used my other one, but other bags like what's it called now? It's called the Eastpak The One. That's one that I've flown and travelled with a lot, and it's certainly one that I use a lot of as well. And then on the inside of here, so, I mean, I'm certainly not going to show you my passport, things like that, but I also travel with the commuter wallet from Pioneer Carry. And again, I'm not going to show you everything that's in here, but I can keep all of my travel documents in here. I can keep all of my tickets, I can keep all of that sort of stuff. And plus, these are really useful because you can also fit one of these small Writes in Rain notepads in here as well, so that you've got quick access to that if you do need to make some notes or whatever it is that you need to do, or possibly write something down for somebody if you need to leave somewhere. You can leave them a note as well. So yeah, there you go. You know, I'm off out tonight. Hopefully it will be good. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of this stuff. I have made some content on, so whilst I'm editing it and putting in all of the names and different things of things, I will make sure that I leave links so that you can see content on those. I've definitely got some affiliate links for some of those as well, especially check out level 8, mainly because there's some discount, so why the hell not? But I'll leave all of those links below so that you can see more from those. Maybe I might even come back to my room night. Well, I'm definitely going to come back to my room tonight quite drunk, so check out the bloopers. Maybe I'll leave something in there. Hopefully it's not going to be too embarrassing, but that'll be a laugh anyway. I'm always up for a laugh. But yes, whenever travelling, make sure with a travelling theme that you stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Chicka 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 wah chicka wicka wicka